In a small town, lost among dense forests and heavy mists, there had long been a legend about a clown who appeared once every few decades. The old people called him the Laughter from the Abyss. They said he did not come to entertain children, but to take them away, leaving behind only ringing laughter that tore the silence of the night. No one knew who he really was, a man or a creature wearing a clown's mask. But everyone agreed on one thing. When you hear the jingling of bells and the dull thud of footsteps in the dark, hide, because the clown is coming for you. In September, when the fog wrapped the old houses especially tightly, a fair arrived in the town. Carousels, candy stands, attractions, and painted posters tempted children and adults alike. Among the bright lights appeared a figure in a red costume with huge buttons, a white face, and a painted smile that stretched from ear to ear. His eyes gleamed like black glass. No one knew where he had come from. The organizers of the fair could not remember hiring him. But the clown quickly became the crowd's favorite. He juggled, performed strange tricks, honked his clown horn, and always laughed with a deep, chesty laugh. Then the children began to disappear. At first, no one connected these cases to the fair. They thought the kids had run away, gotten lost in the forest, or left with their parents. But when the fourth child went missing in a single week, fear spread through the town. All of them had last been seen near the clown's tent. At night, the townsfolk began to hear strange sounds. On the empty streets echoed the heavy stomp of boots, the faint jingling of bells, and muffled laughter. Some saw a tall figure in a white mask standing beneath the lanterns, as if waiting. When anyone dared to approach, the clown vanished. Oksana, a young woman living near the fairgrounds, couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching her. Every night she woke to a rustling beneath her window. And every time she saw a pale white shape in the dark, a face with a painted grin staring straight at her. When she blinked, the figure was gone. One night she heard bells jingling inside her room. The air grew cold, the lamp flickered. In the dark corner stood the clown. His face glowed white, and his smile was even wider than at the fair. He didn't move. He only stared. Oksana screamed, and in an instant he was gone, leaving behind the damp smell of rot and laughter that echoed in her mind for hours. The next day she told everything to the police, but they found only large footprints leading from her house straight to the old abandoned circus on the outskirts of town. That circus had once been a place of joy, but it burned down 20 years ago. They said a clown had died in the fire, one no one had ever identified, and whose name was unknown. The police refused to go inside, but Oksana couldn't let it go. She felt the answer lay there. That night she went to the ruined circus. Inside were charred beams, and the air still smelled of smoke, as if time itself had stopped. And there, from the stage, came the sound of laughter. As Oksana stepped closer, she saw children's toys scattered across the floor, dolls, teddy bears, balloons, and on the wall hung dozens of photographs. All of them were the missing children. And then, out of the darkness, the clown emerged. His footsteps boomed across the empty hall. His eyes glowed like black pits, and red paint, or was it blood, dripped from his mouth. "Laugh with me," a voice whispered, though his lips did not move. She tried to run, but the doors slammed shut on their own. From all sides, shapes began to appear. Pale, ghostly children in clown masks. Their eyes were dead and hollow. They stretched out their hands toward her. Oksana screamed, but her voice was drowned out in endless, booming laughter. The next morning, the police found the circus empty. No trace of Oksana remained, only a broken doll with a torn mouth from which came a faint, mechanical laugh. The fair had vanished that very night, as if it had never been there. Only a trampled field of grass remained where the rides had stood. The town tried to forget, But every year, on foggy September nights, someone hears the jingling of bells beneath their window and quiet laughter that sounds like rasping from the darkness. And everyone knows the clown will return, because he is always hungry